Hello students, welcome to another tutorial videos. Today we're going to be solving equations and determining the number of solutions the equations have, okay? So let's start with this first one. Well, before we start, I think I should review a little bit what it looks like, okay? If an equation produces a solution, you end up with something like v equal to a number like 3. So this is one solution, right? And if it has no solution, you're going to end up with a false statement. So something false, something that says maybe 7 equals to -1. So this is called a contradiction. It's a contradiction. 7 cannot equal to -1. Therefore, it has no solution, right? So, and then if it has infinitely many solutions or all real numbers, then you'll end up with what we called an identity. That means the left side identity. My handwriting not very good. Identity. So identity would be something like 7 equals to 7, right? The left side, it equals to exactly the right hand side. That's why it's identical, right? So that's when you know you have infinitely many solutions. Okay, so that's just a quick review before we start there. So let's take a look at this first one. So here we have -4v and -4v. You know, if I add 4v to both sides, then I will end up with 0 here, right? And then 0 here. Well, I end up with a statement that says 3 equals to 0. This is known as a contradiction. So I'm going to type that word in here so that you don't look at my awful handwriting. Contradiction. A contradiction is something that says, like something ridiculous that you know that is not true. Okay, so the left hand side contradicts with the right hand side. That means they're not equal, but then you do have an equal sign. So that's a contradiction. So if whenever this is the case, you know you have no solution. Okay, you have no solution. Submit. Very cool. All right. I think I'm going to use text instead because I don't really need to show you anything. I do need to show you the cancellation. So if I take 7h and I subtract 7h, I would end up with 0, right? I would end up with no more h. And then I end up with actually a solution, or not a solution, a statement that says 0 equal to 0, because the left hand side is 0, the right hand side is 0. So if this is the case, then we call it identity, because the left hand side is exactly identical as the right hand side. So this is the case where we have infinitely many solutions. So I'm going to submit there. Very cool. Next one, and once it starts to repeat, I'm going to jump level, okay? Like I've always told you. All right, for this one, we have -1j here and 4j here. Okay, we know we're going to have a solution because the j didn't get canceled out, right? So I'm going to be adding j to this side, right? So I'm adding j here. So I end up with an equation that says 10 equals to 5j. So I know I'm going to get a solution, because the only way to get no solution or infinitely many solution is when you don't have any more variables left, right? But here you do have a variable left, so you do know that you will have a solution. But let's solve this, okay? Let's solve this. So if I were to divide by 4 on both sides, I would get 10 divided by 4 equals to j. And if you simplify that, you will get 5 over 2 equals to j. And I would just leave it as a fraction. So this is the solution. So I am going to have to select one solution answer. Submit. Very cool. This one, I'm going to do one more and then I'll skip. As you can see, the 10r take away -10r plus 2r will give you -8r. And then the other side, the right hand side, is also -8r. So right away, we know that this left-hand side is exactly identical as the right-hand side. So if this is the case, we'll have to say it's infinitely many solutions, okay? Because it doesn't matter what value or what number you put in here for R, it's always going to be true, okay? So therefore, it's infinitely many solutions. Submit. I prefer the word all real numbers, but it doesn't matter. All right, this one cancel because the minus 7q, it's going to go away. And then this is 0. Well, the equation says 0 equal to 7. That is a contradiction. If it's a contradiction, then we say no solution. Okay. All right, I'm going to skip. I'm going to jump quite a bit here. Um, okay, so it's asking you, is this an identity? Identity means the left-hand side is exactly the right-hand side, right? So is this true? Is this a positive 18C? And is this a positive 18C? Yes, so that's true. That's true. That's identity. Now, this is negative 11. This is also negative 11. So that's also true. So I can say now that yes, it is an identity. Okay, because it is true. I can rewrite this as 18C minus 11. Okay, just like this one. So very cool. How many solutions does this one have? Oh, so it starts to repeat again. So I'm just gonna move. This is one solution. I mean, it's pretty obvious that if you move the 13 over here, you're gonna have some D left. Okay, the D doesn't get canceled. So move on. Maybe we'll jump all the way to the 90. Very good. So we are in the challenge zone, which requires you to do more than just, solving two-step equation or one-step equation. So this is multi-step, and we're going to work it all out. And then we can determine whether it has a solution or not, or whether it's identity or not. Identity, remember, the left-hand side is exactly as the right-hand side. So let's do the left-hand side real quick. We're going to multiply all of that through, right? We're going to have 4 times 9, which is 36. So we remember the 6. We write the 6, remember the 3. And then, so this is 76, I believe. Okay. Um, plus 8 times 4 is 32. And then there's an H there. And then on the right hand side, we're going to multiply negative 4 times negative 7. That's 28. That's positive 28. And then negative 4 times negative 8. H will be positive. Oops. Yeah. Positive 32H. Well, as you can see, the 32H matches up, but the 28 and the 76 do not match up. So I'm going to say that this is not an identity, right? It's actually a contradiction. Okay. Very cool. And let's do this one. How many solutions? So this one, we do have to work it all the way out. So this side, we can't really do anything with it right now. So I'm just going to work on the right-hand side. So this stays the same. 18R equals the right-hand side. It's going to be 8 times negative 6, which is negative 48. And then there's an R there. Okay, negative 48R. And then minus 8 times 20 is 180. Not 180, 160. Okay, so now we're looking at this and we'll say, okay, let's solve this. If I have no solution, the R will be canceled. Yes? Okay, but the R will not get canceled here. So if the R doesn't get canceled, if the variables do not get canceled with each other, like the one on the left hand side and the one on the right hand side, then you'll have one solution. So we know this is going to be one solution. We don't know what the solution is because this doesn't ask us for the solution, but we do know it will have one solution. If you want to see what the solution is, we can continue working, right? We can add 48 to the other side and we'll get, let's say 8 subtract 8 is 0, and then 4 minus 1 is 3. So we have 30R left. And then I take negative 160, and then I minus 20, right? So this is what I'm doing right here. I'm moving this over here, make it minus 20, right? And then before that, I move this over here. So I'm adding 48, which give me 30R. I mean, yeah, 30R. And so this is going to be equal to negative 160 and negative 180. I divide it by 30. Uh, R will R will equals to negative 6. Okay. So there is that one solution. It didn't ask us for it, but I just wanted to prove that to you that it does give you one solution. Okay. Submit. All right. How many does this one have? Well, let's see if the variables get canceled. Yes, it does. So this side actually end up being 14 plus 4v. This side also end up being 4v plus 14. Oops, sorry, plus 14. Because I'm distributing this negative 2 over here also, right? So negative 2 times negative 7 is positive 14. So as you can see, both sides look exactly the same, right? 4v and 4v, and then positive 14 and positive 14. If they look exactly the same on both sides, then we say it is an identity. An identity have infinitely many solutions, okay? Submit. We are almost there, maybe. I don't know. It's giving us 1 point per problem. So, ooh, these are getting more complicated. Not complicated, they're just getting longer. Okay, so this one, I can combine like terms. So I get 16 alone plus 17s plus 3s is 20s equal this next, the right hand side, I have negative s, and then I have to multiply this 7 in here, right? Distribute. So I would end up with what is it? I'm going to end up with positive 21s plus 140. Okay, 140. Now I can combine these right here. Okay, that will give me 20. Okay, so my new equation is 16 plus 20s equal 20s plus 140. Okay, well, as you can see, the 20s will go away. They will cancel, which means you're going to be either having a true statement or a false statement. Well, this is a false statement. That's a contradiction, right? So I have no solution. So this is not an identity. Okay. How many solutions does this have? All right, well, let's check it out. This is 7, and that's 5, so that make it 12. So far I have 12K K and 12K. I'm good, right? Now I got to check the number. Okay, this right here is negative 28. Okay, equals this right here is also negative 28 because 7 times negative 4 is negative 28. So this is a true statement. So if it's a true statement, I say it is infinitely many solution. It's an identity, right? Submit. Yay. Okay, let's do this. We multiply this in, we get positive 18u. Okay. We multiply this in, we get positive 15. Right? Negative 3 times negative 5 is positive 15. It is exactly the same. It's exacto. Exacto. Okay. So we say that it is an identity. Okay. Submit. Clear. All right, let's do this. We say this is, we're going to multiply this through here first. We get negative 14t, right? So far here, down here, we got negative 14t. All right, and then minus 2 times negative 7 is also negative 14. Okay, so now we know this will cancel with this, right? And so the negative 14 and negative, so I have 0 left over here. So I have 0 equal on the left hand side. Well, this side is actually not negative, it's not 0, it's negative 30. So this is not an identity. So I'm going to say no. Okay. All right, we are so close. We can do this. I want to take you guys all the way to 100, but if you are practicing and you get to like 90, that is good also, okay? Multiply, multiply. So I'm going to end up with negative 36 and then plus 18w, okay, equal. Then I go over here and I say, okay, I got to multiply this in here and I multiply this in here. So that negative 3 times negative 6 would be also positive 18. Okay. So that's going to give me positive 18W as well. And then negative 3 times positive 3. That's going to give me a negative value. Okay. 3 times 3 is 9. And 3 times 1 is 3. So that's going to give me 39. Okay. 39. Well, 39 is not equal to 36. So we're going to end up with what we call a contradiction, right? Because this cancel. And then we have negative 36 equals to negative 39, which is not true. Not true. Okay. This is contradiction. So we have no solution. Very cool. All right, one more. We have negative 18 here and negative 15 here. Well, the negative 18 will cancel, right? And then the negative, well, we also said this negative 15. So it's negative 15 equals to negative 15. So this is an identity. It is identity, right? So it has infinitely many solutions. Submit. Don't forget to submit and then clear. One last problem. Yay, guys, we're almost there. So let's multiply this through. Multiply this through. Okay, we all know how to do that, I think. 6 times 7 is 42. F plus 6 times 12 is 72. And then equals 6 times 4 is 24F. And then, oops, just little f. Oops, little f. There you go. Plus 6 times 12 again is 72. Oops, 72. And then plus 18. Oops, 18f. Okay, so the 72, we can say that, oh, okay, they're the same, so we can cancel them out. Here's the problem. Is 24 and 18 make 42? Well, does it? 4 and 8 make 12. That carry the 1 over, and then 2 and 1 make 3, with the 1 is 4. So this right here and these right here are also equal to each other. So I say this is an identity. So I'm going to say yes. Awesome. We made 100, you guys. I hope that wasn't too bad for you guys, but if you run into any problem while you're practicing, don't hesitate to send me an email, okay? And I'll get you over the hum. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.